in, tell us a bit about your character, just initially.
Okay, Ben Stone. Ben Stone is a family man. He's a mathematician. He's a man of science. He has a very logical brain. He needs answers to things. He needs solutions. He needs a certain type of reality to have things make sense to him. He has an obsessive mind that can be a good thing and can be a bad thing. It can make him impulsive. It can make him have a lot of blinders on at times and have things kind of fall away on the outside. But you know, he is also a man who's self-aware and he can see his faults at times, which kind of softens his edges a little bit. But he's an intriguing guy to kind of figure out for me and hopefully the audience. And yeah, so far it's been great fun to play. You know, as we go forward in the story, he's going to try to figure out what this mystery is, what happened to them on this plane. And, you know, for Ben, there's a logical explanation. We just haven't found the answer yet. And he's going to go forward and he's going to try to discover that with his sister, Michaela. He's going to approach things slightly differently. And hopefully along the way they can learn from each other. So we'll have to see.
When you say it's science-based, does he believe that they were abducted by aliens, or does he believe they fell into a portal, or what is he kind of thinking?
There's an earthly bound logical explanation of this. He doesn't know, you know, but he's going to discover it. He knows there is a logical explanation, and he's going to set out to find that answer. And hopefully, on this obsessive journey that he's going to go on to figure it out. You know, look, this is Roy Neary. This is Close Encounters. That's the kind of obsessive he is. You know, he's not as reckless or irresponsible as much as Roy Neary, but or as childlike in a way. But he has that same sort of obsessive quality of finding out the answer to it. And yeah, things are gonna. He's right now. It's science-based. It's science-based.
Right now.
Right now.
Can you talk a bit about what new familiarities within yourself that you brought to the character? Are you science or faith-based?
You know, that's where we differ. You know, I'm a very spiritual guy. I believe in the universe. I believe in a higher power, and that just helps me get through the world. It helps me get through life. Ben is not of that nature. You know, he is. You know, the great thing about science is it's true, whether you believe in it or not. That's what he believes. You know, regardless of what theology says, and so we differ in that way very much. You know, he's the complete opposite to me. So it's great for me to be able to, you know, look at that point of view. And you know, we'll see as we go through how that changes him, how that changes Michaela, and how that affects him and his family.
Well, he also is going to be affected because there's all these other people that are suddenly inserted in their lives. They're bound forever with these other passengers with the same experience. Is he going to maybe reach out to all of them to kind of do an investigation? Or?
Well, we'll see. You know, he's definitely, you know, these people are going to be connected in ways unknown to these characters. You know, one way that we do know is that another passenger on the plane created the cure for his son. His son was dying. When they left on the plane, there was no cure. He was terminal. He was dying. They land. There's a cure. It was done by another passenger on the plane, who is also who is a scientist. So that's a mystery that we're yet to uncover and to solve. And so yeah, these guys are all going to be connected. And the world, there's a lot of eyes on these guys. You know, there's a lot of people that are interested in who these people are and why they're on the plane. And Ben is going to try his best to keep his family safe, and that is going to prove a very difficult proposition as we go forward.
So speaking of his family, can you talk about the relationship between Ben and now his older daughter?
It's a heartbreaking one. You know, Ben, you gain and you lose. You know, we gain a a life of his son when we land. We gain his life back. But his son also lost something. He lost his life. He's supposed to be 16 years old now. His daughter, in a way, died. He lost 5.5 years of her life. She's now a different person. And that moment in the pilot when they're reunited in the airport and he sees her and sees that she's now this young, extraordinary woman. How do you do that? How do you navigate that? How do you recreate that relationship? And that's what he's going to struggle with. He's going to struggle with how does he gain his life back? What is the new normal? This show is all about second chances and redemption. It's about the choices you make. What choices do you make when you're presented with that? When you have a second chance, what do you do now? Are you going to make different choices? Are you going to think about what you did before? You know, it's this is Lost meets This Is Us. You know, this is a high concept drama mixed in this emotionally rich family drama at the heart of it. And it's about normal people going through something very extraordinary. And it's about hope. It's about so many things. And you know, the Stones are a family like any other family. It's very complex. There's a lot of things, you know, at stake and a lot of things that are going on. And you know, Ben, to his strength is and to his detriment, he is a fixer, and he is going to try to fix this. And maybe some things just can't be fixed. Maybe they can, but we're going to find out. And he's going to do his best to figure out what happened to them, and hopefully on the way go down this road of redemption himself.
Do you think he's more awed or more worried by the experience they've had?
I think both. You know, it's such an extraordinary thing that they're going through, and there's so many things going on that, you know, it's hard to hold on to any one thing, but he's so practical that he's going to just root himself into an earthly bound scientific explanation to this as much as he can. But there's going to be so many other things pulling him as we go along in other directions. And like I said, hopefully, you know, as we go on this story, and I don't know what the mystery is, and I don't want to know. You know, I told Jeff Rake that I don't want to know. I want to discover it along with Ben as we go along, so I'm going to be just like the audience. I'm going to be discovering this mystery along with you guys. And I think that's going to be really interesting for me as an actor, selfishly, just to be able to do that. And that's not always important on every project, but I think for me on this one it is. And I'm excited to go on that journey. You know, Ben is a flawed man. He's a good man, but he's a very flawed man. And like I said, hopefully he goes on a road of redemption as well.
Since you don't want to know the mystery, do you have any hopes of where the mystery might unfold?
I do, but I'm not going to tell you. But also, you know, we're very different. Sorry, Ben and like I said, we're very different. You know, he's, you know, I'm a very spiritual kind of guy, and Ben is not. So maybe we'll both learn something from it.
No, I was just going to say, you spent some time talking about Ben's relationship with Olive. Can you talk a little bit about Ben's relationship with his wife and maybe tease any potential tension that will emerge there?
Yeah, there's huge tension. You know, Ben comes back into... He's on Mars. You know, this is a different world. He is a stranger in a strange place. Everything is different. Nothing nothing looks like it used to. Nothing is what it seemed, but it kind of is. So, you know, 5.5 years was enough time. You know, the people that stayed behind have this extraordinary thing happened to them as well. Their life was turned upside down with no answers, with no explanation. So they've had to try to piece their life back together and try to move on. And just at the point that we come back is just at the point where they've just started to do that. They've just started to see some kind of hope. And then all of a sudden, it's changed. It's interrupted again. So Ben lands and he doesn't recognize anything. He doesn't recognize his wife, but he does. there's no time has passed for him, but he feels there is a tension. Life has moved on. Relationships have moved on. So he's going to have to try to navigate that. And I think he's going to... It's kind of interesting because he is a man of science and he wants concrete answers. And scientific people don't avoid the truth. But I think in the beginning, he doesn't actually want to know. He doesn't want to accept the truth with his wife entirely. So he's going to try to do his best to regain his life in some kind of way. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. There's so many things happening. It's so complex with that relationship with his wife, with his daughter, with his son. And also the world has their eyes on this family. And a lot of entities that don't want information to get out are going to be very involved in their life, and he's going to try to protect them from that.
Ooh, Jesus.
Trying.
Where are you guys filming this?
New York City. That's where it's set, and we're using. In fact, on Monday when I fly back tomorrow, on Monday morning, I'm in Times Square. So we're filming in Times Square. Hey, thanks.